Hey guys, I'm John with Hops and Brews, and today we're going to be talking about what a beer tastes like before and after barrel aging. So like I said, we're going to be talking about what a beer tastes like before and then after you've barrel aged it. So to do that, we're going to be using Portland's own Level Beers, Finish Him, and Fatality beer. Finish Him comes in at a 10% ABV, an unknown IBU. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 4.09. A big, dark, roasty, sweet, lightly smoky, biscuity Imperial Stout. Fatality comes in at 11.5% ABV, an unknown IBU. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 4.11. Aged in American bourbon barrels, this beer is big, dark, decadent, and roasty with notes of toasted marshmallow and vanilla. First, we'll try the Finish Him, the non-barrel aged version. A lot of roasty flavor. Ooh, chocolate, dark malt. It's a really good Imperial Stout. It's solid. I mean, that's you and above solid. That's just good. I want that on a cold day. I wouldn't even think it needs barrel aging. Smooth, dark, roasty chocolate. That's what it tastes like. With a slightly creamy marshmallowy flavor at the back end. Now the Fatality, the barrel-aged version, not as much head, looks a little flat. The carbonation looks a lot finer. It's not as roasty, it's not as chocolatey, but it's a lot smoother. Ooh, there's whiskey. There's a lot of it too. I wonder if this was a wet barrel. Yeah, but it smooths everything out. It just, if you were not liking those dark roasty chocolate notes, this balances everything out, makes it super creamy. Unfortunately, it is tasting a little bit less carbonated. Sweeter, definitely sweeter. This woody characteristics comes out in the middle. It's almost more like those dark chocolates you get that's injected with alcohol in the center. They're both really good beers. First initial impressions though, I'm digging the non-barrel aged version better. I'm interested in to see how they taste as they warm up. So, halfway through this barrel aging before and after review, a couple things I've noticed. One, the glassware, if you can see it, the bubbles and carbonation, the layers that it's leaving on this glass, the bubbles are super fine on this and just sticking to the glass a lot easier, almost like it's showing its carbonation level. Where the barrel aging one is very smooth. You can almost see the extra sugars that are from the barrel, from the American whiskey that is being used. I will state that this already is a sweeter beer. It's starting to taste more like a dessert stout than anything. And the roastiness of the original one is coming out a lot. So, at the end of this barrel aging before and after review, the non-barrel aged version seems to have a lot more roasty chocolate notes. You start to taste the base ingredients a lot more. In a sense, it's, I wouldn't say more complex, but you can dig around and find things a bit easier than the barrel aged version. However, the barrel-aged version is a lot smoother and easier to drink than the non-barrel-aged version. There's a sweetness, there's almost a breakfast stout style quality to this beer. It's sweet at the midpoint, it's sweet at the back end with just enough of that roasty chocolate notes in it. And it's 1.5% higher. I believe the amount of sugar in this beer is affecting the amount of carbonation. I'm betting they carbonated the exact same level of the two of them. Hence why the regular one has a bit more bubbly, carbonated feel to it than the barrel-aged version. Some positive and negatives that I found is that I really do enjoy the base stout. It's got this great roasty notes, it's got this chocolate notes, just an all-around good Imperial double-digit stout, which is really hard to find. This was a cheap beer, $3. The barrel-aged one, $7.50. Impressed with it, but not as much as I was expecting. It's smoother, it's easier to drink, it's not as harsh. I want to have this in front of a nice warm fire and I would enjoy it. It's just that style. I taste the vanilla, I taste the little like marshmallowy things that they're talking about that the American whiskey barrel aging brings out in this stout. I think they're both fantastic beers. However, the fact that this one is more than double of the regular one, that makes me say just with these two beers, I would prefer the regular one over the barrel-aged stout. And I'm only getting 1.5% more in alcohol content than I am in the regular one. And I'm paying twice the amount. Is it worth twice the amount? That's your call. But it's smoother, not a whole lot smoother, but still is smoother. It's sweeter, it's easier to drink, but I could buy more of this, and it's still a great beer. Now that's not going to be every case for every beer. Seeing the difference between the two and the evolution of a barrel in a beer. If you ever get the chance to try something like this, I encourage you to spend that little extra money into buying the original and the barrel-aged version and tasting them together around the same time. I think you will be pleasantly surprised and you will find complexities and notes that you didn't even expect to find, and it'll grow your palate. So, cheers. Okay. This might have been a bad call to do. 2 beers this big at once. Oh my god. I need to, yeah. Hey guys, if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Untappd, Twitter, Facebook, all the big social media stuff. The links for those will be in the descriptions below. Check out some of the other videos I do. They'll be probably around here somewhere. If you stayed this long, I'm going to give you the thumbs up. And you know what? Toast.